Dollo was a Belgian paleontologist, and he published this statement in 1893. He suggests that evolution doesn't go backwards in the exact same way that it proceeded. But it eventually turned and got co-opted into this idea that traits, once they gain a certain amount of complexity, don't go backwards into a simpler state. That sort of was the basis of what we were trying to test within ferns, and we found that that is not the case. You actually rarely do that. Evolution in its simplest form is descent with modification. And we often think that natural selection is the main driver of evolution, but there's a lot of drift that happens as well, just kind of meandering through. Certain traits are not necessarily selected for, but are just kind of changing along with other traits. But natural selection is, again, it's also quite simple too. There's sort of several pillars. You have to have a population with more individuals than can survive. You need to have variation. That variation has to have some difference in adaptive value. If you have the trait, you reproduce more. If you don't, you reproduce less. And those traits have to be heritable. That's kind of it. In introductory biology classes, we often teach the adaptive traits. That leads people to think that every trait is adaptive. I'm going to look at this trait. Oh, what's the adaptive significance of that? What's the adaptive significance of that? And that's not the accurate way to kind of look at things.